Peace be upon you and God's mercy and blessings. Welcome, dear viewers, wherever you are from all over the world. With a new name, new episodes, and different episodes, God willing, it will suit you. For the 4th year, we have been trying to provide different content today. We don't want anyone to be impatient and angry. Today, we will talk about something a little different. Many people have inflammation. These inflammations are in the back. The back muscles are swelled and he has bruises. Sinuses that are always swollen and tired of taking anti-inflammatories because of their negative effect on the stomach. He wants to be treated with something natural without any side effects. This is what I will talk about today. I will talk about something that is considered one of the best anti-inflammatories, which has a very strong effect and has no side effects. We will talk about something called Serratiopeptidase. Serratiopeptidase is an enzyme responsible for shortening the proteins responsible for inflammation in your body. Come, I will tell you. Where do you get these words from? What book are you getting these words from? What enzyme is responsible for what? I don't care about enzymes. When we were in Egypt, we had something called alpha chymotrypsin, which was very beautiful. Anyone who came to you with a bruise and was sick and couldn't stand on his feet would act like a lion, as you can see written on the box. You may see it now. It's also an enzyme. It was very famous because it has been on the market since 1950, since they invented it in America. We brought it to our country and used it. Now, there is something called serratopeptides, but it's not famous in America. It's famous in Japan, where they rely on it very heavily, and it's available in Europe. So, we're going to talk about something that exists. Let's go back and say, where does serratopeptides come from? It comes from bacteria present in the digestive system of silkworm. The beautiful thing about it is that it is currently available, as I said, in the form of capsules, and this makes it much easier to use. What's so special about serratopeptides? Why should I take it? We're going to talk about it today and make a video about it because it has a lot of benefits and there are many cases in which you can use it. If you're interested, you're in the right place. Join us after break. I'm Amru Abu Bakr and this is Inside the Pharmacy. Let's get started. From Inside the Pharmacy, what is this enzyme for? Research has shown that its anti-inflammatory effect is sometimes equivalent to that of cortisone, and sometimes its effect is even stronger than ibuprofen in dental wounds, pain and swelling resulting from dental procedures. Can you imagine how much? Another great thing about respiratory tract infections: cough, asthma, sinusitis. Why? It works through 2 things. The first thing is that it breaks down the protein responsible for inflammation. The second thing is that it greatly reduces the formation of phlegm and helps dissolve it. Let me explain to you how. Okay, when bacteria multiply, they gather and try to protect themselves by forming a coating called the ceratobiofilm. This enzyme comes and eats the film outside. How does this help? It helps the body get rid of the infection quickly, and therefore people who have sinus pressure and headaches resulting from congestion here because there is inflammation, so all this pain will disappear. People who are sneezing and always have phlegm stuck in their chest and take a lot of things like Bisolvon, nothing like serratopeptides will be very, very, very useful. In the end, if I say what I will use it for, what are the cases that I can advise to use as an alternative to painkillers and an alternative to medications? First of all, in cases of headaches, especially migraines, if you continue taking it well, it will greatly, greatly reduce migraine attacks. Secondly, people who suffer from rheumatism and rheumatic pain, it is very, very useful in reducing inflammation. People who have back pain, swelling and contusions of any kind, whether they were hit and swollen or were hit and there is a bruise, it is very useful for toothache and wounds, inflammation and swelling resulting from teeth, and all of this is very useful for respiratory infections, whether the inflammation is in the throat or sinuses or difficulty breathing, mouth ulcers of all kinds, whether mouth ulcers resulting from inflammation in the colon or mouth ulcers, even those resulting from herpes infection. Oh, I will tell you, the only effect or the only thing that we need to pay attention to is that it is not supposed to be taken with it, which are blood thinners. Why? Because it eats clots, it eats biofilm. As we said, it can cause a blood clot, so it's the only case in which we cannot take it. People who take blood thinners, take aspirin, take warfarin, take all of these things, what are the types available in the market? Let me tell you, Unfortunately, it is not famous in our Arab countries, but as I told you, in Europe and Japan, they use it very widely. There is a type that is available and may still be available now in the Emirates. There is a type called SerraGold. This is SerraGold. This is from Enzymedica. The pill is very small because I started using it to bring you the nasal spray. The pill is very small, it is very nicely made, it is antric coated, meaning the pill itself is coated. If these pills are not coated, then this mixture will start to break down in the stomach. If it breaks down in the stomach, this enzyme is pressurized in the stomach, so you do not benefit from it or anything, or you will not benefit from it except when it passes through the stomach as it is and goes to the intestines. There it starts to come out, so the part starts to benefit from it. Even if it is something that is available in the market, you have to be sure that they make it enteric coated to make a protective layer for it. Okay, what is the dosage? The dosage is that we take one pill either an hour before eating or 2 hours after eating. It should not be taken with food. It should be taken on an empty stomach. How much should we take? When there is inflammation, we take one pill 2 to 3 times a day. I advise that it be 3 times a day. After that, we continue with one pill once a day. As we said, the capsules are available in pharmacies. You can buy any other brand that is available in the same way, but you should be aware of the existing techniques so that you do not buy something and do not make a fool of it and say, Omar, we have bought it with reduced prices for things that do not work. You can also find some on Amazon and some on iHerb that are very cheap, so you can buy them and the shipping cost is very less. But this is the end of my talk to you about something different that may be the reason for healing many people or relieving many people. May you always be blessed. May you always be healthy. May you always be blessed.